it's Morgan. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 really easy and fun and super delicious pumpkin spice fall breakfast ideas. So all of these are pumpkin spice flavored. So I'm going to be sharing with you a pumpkin pie smoothie, pumpkin spice breakfast quinoa, pumpkin pie overnight oats, and pumpkin muffins. So yeah, all of the recipes will be fully written out on my website, which is MORGANBHU.com. You can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. All of my recipes that I've ever posted on my YouTube channel, as well as a few that I have not made a video for, are all up on my website, MORGANBHU.com. So yeah, you can check those out, and that's all I have to say for now. Let's just get into the video.
Okay, so as I said earlier, all of these recipes will be linked in the description down below with more pictures and the full instructions. So we are starting off with this super delicious pumpkin pie smoothie. I actually was not expecting to like this as much as I did. It came out super good, and you guys should definitely try it out. So here are the ingredients. I did use the Vega brand protein powder, but you can use any kind that you want or just leave it out. So I'm starting off with half a cup of the Silk light vanilla soy milk, and then I'm also using half a cup of water. Next, I'm adding in 1 banana. You could totally do as many as you want, but the more bananas you add, you'll also want to add more spices. And then I'm doing a 1/4 cup of pumpkin, some cinnamon, some pumpkin pie spice, and the vanilla protein powder. Then I'm just adding in some maple syrup. You could do as much as you want. And then I'm putting a ton of ice in here because there was nothing frozen in it. You would add less ice if there was like frozen banana or something like that. So yeah, and then I'm just blending it up, and this comes out so smooth and creamy from the banana and the pumpkin, and it's so delicious. So yeah, you guys should definitely try this out. It's so good, and it's a perfect little fall breakfast. And there is your finished smoothie. It's so pretty. And then the next recipe is this breakfast quinoa. I'm actually using the I Heart Quinoa brand quinoa flakes, but you could also just use rolled oats if you don't have quinoa flakes, or you could use like pre-cooked quinoa. So I am starting off on the stove with 2/3 cups of the quinoa flakes. You could also make this in the microwave if you wanted to. And then I'm adding 2/3 cup of water and 1/3 cup of unsweetened rice milk. And then once you turn the heat on, you want to add in your pumpkin puree and give that a good mix. And this quinoa will cook really fast, a little bit faster than like rolled oats and stuff. It took like less than 5 minutes, so you want to move kind of quickly. And then I added in my cinnamon and my pumpkin pie spice, and then I gave that a good mix, and as you can see, it's already like pretty much fully cooked. And then lastly, I added in just some maple syrup for sweetness, gave that a final mix, and then I poured it into a bowl. So to top my quinoa, I used half of a banana, some dried figs, some cinnamon, and then I put a drizzle of almond butter. I used like a packet of the Barney butter. I think this is the Bare Smooth one, just because it's a lot easier to get like that nice drizzle look when you use like a little packet of almond butter. And then I also put some blackstrap molasses on there for extra sweetness. So yeah, and there's your finished product. This is a really great way to like switch it up from your regular oatmeal, and it's super good. So next are these pumpkin mini muffins, and fun fact, these were actually supposed to look like jack-o'-lanterns, but my cute little jack-o'-lantern pan failed me. So here are the ingredients. You can use any kind of flour pretty much. This recipe will really work with most flours. So I'm starting off with 3/4 of a cup of pumpkin puree. I'm using a 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce, And then I'm doing a half cup of maple syrup, but you could use any kind of liquid sweetener that you want. And then I'm giving that a good mix. I started mixing it with a fork, but that did not work at all, so don't be like me, don't mix with the fork. Get a spatula, because as you can see, I had to switch to a spatula and I just wasted my time, so just mix it all with a spatula. It'll work a lot better. And then for my dry ingredients, I put some baking powder, a little bit of salt, some pumpkin pie spice, and some cinnamon. And then I added my flour in 2 parts, I think, maybe 3. I can't remember. I either did it in 2 or 3 parts, but I like to do my flour in parts so that it's easier to mix. And then if you're not using a gluten-free flour, you want to make sure that you just mix it until it's combined. Don't overmix. And the reason is because if there's gluten in it and you overmix it, the gluten starts to develop, and that's why you get like a gummy or like weird texture in your batter if you overmix, because the gluten develops. So I didn't know that. Everyone just always said it, so that's just kind of what I did. But yeah, so if you're using a gluten-free flour, you can totally just mix to your heart's content and it doesn't matter. So yeah, don't overmix, my friends. And then you want to line a mini muffin tin, or I tried this little jack-o'-lantern pan and I was so excited because I thought I was gonna have these cute little pumpkins, but it really didn't work. I was very sad. I think the cavities were with like the jack-o'-lantern's teeth were just too small or something, because I mean they literally just looked like blobs of nothing. So yeah, I kind of just wasted my time. But you could just put it in a mini muffin pan. You could also make regular sized muffins, but it'll make, you know, less and they'll take longer. So yeah, so I just put those in the oven and let them cool for a little bit, and here's when I realized that my little pan had failed me, and I was very upset because I did not know what I was going to do for the pictures. I thought they were going to look so ugly. Like, they're hardly even pumpkin shaped, they're just like circles, like just little blobs. So yeah, I just took those out and, you know, put them on a nice little plate, tried to make them look kind of like pumpkins, and I also made a glaze just out of powdered sugar and rice milk, but that's totally optional. It's not super healthy if you're gonna eat these for breakfast, but it still tastes really good. So for the last recipe, I am making this pumpkin spice overnight oats. Definitely the least pretty of the recipes, but that's okay. It still tastes really good. So here is what you are going to need. And then there's also fruit in there, but I forgot to put that in this little shot. So I'm starting off in my mason jar, or you could use any kind of, you know, jar or container that you want. And I'm starting off by mixing my pumpkin and my rice milk. So I just mixed those up until it was nice and smooth, and then I added in my maple syrup and some like vanilla flavored stevia extract. You could also use vanilla extract or just leave it out, totally up to you. So then I added half a cup of oats, a tablespoon of ground flax seeds, and I gave that all a good mix. You could also just put the lid on and like shake it, but I don't know why I didn't do that. So then I added in my cinnamon and some pumpkin pie spice, gave that a good mix again. And then for some fruit, I added in some blueberries and some chopped Granny Smith apple, but you could use whatever kind of fruit you want. Honestly, banana would be really good in that too. And then I also added some pumpkin seeds. And then I topped it with more blueberry, apples, and pumpkin seeds, but I just did that so it would look pretty when I took the pictures. You totally don't have to do that. And then I just put the lid on the jar and I left it in the fridge overnight. And this will honestly last in your fridge for like 7 days, if you want to make a bunch and like, you know, meal prep it kind of thing. So yeah, those are all of the recipes I wanted to share with you guys today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and my next video is super exciting. If you liked this video, you will definitely like the next video that I have for you guys on Wednesday. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video, and if you need the full recipes, links in the description. I probably said that like 3 times in this video, probably more. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching.